Welcome to today's Explainer. Look, if you've been feeling like the ground beneath your daily workflow is shifting way faster than you can even track, well, you're definitely not alone. We're filtering through 15 massive AI updates today to show you exactly how corporate workflows are transforming literally right before our eyes. We are moving so fast from manual step-by-step grinds to fully automated agentic processes. So let's just dive right into the whole shebang. Here's our roadmap for today. We're covering global AI power shifts, engineering the physical world, automating data and research, turbocharging creative workflows, smart assistants taking action, and finally, what the future of work actually looks like. All right, starting right at the top with Section 1, Global AI Power Shifts, and what happens when AI becomes geopolitics. To make sense of this massive wave of news, we're going to trace a clear macro to micro arc. Starting at the absolute highest level, AI models are no longer just, standard software updates. They are triggering massive geopolitical actions that directly impact who gets access to what in the corporate world. For the first time ever, the US government actually ordered Anthropic to block all foreign access to its incredibly powerful new models, Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5. They cited security and jailbreak concerns. But think about the immediate workflow implications here. In the old reality, a distributed global team had equal access to the same tools. Now, a team member grabbing a latte in San Francisco has the world's most powerful AI at their fingertips, while their colleague sitting in an office in Mumbai is completely locked out. Now, I'm not here to take a political stance on this, but if we look purely at the structural impact, Zoho's founder, Sridhar Vembu, brings up a really fascinating point. He argues this ban illustrates a massive shift away from globalized technology. For multinational corporations, this is huge. It means the future of your AI workflow might literally depend on exactly which country your laptop happens to be sitting in. And while we're talking about macro infrastructure, get a load of this number: $2 trillion. Elon Musk just became the first trillionaire by leveraging a $2 trillion combined valuation across SpaceX and xAI. Why on earth does this matter for your daily AI workflows? Because the overarching vision here is to eventually put AI data centers and communication networks directly into space via Starlink. It is, quite literally, the ultimate computing ecosystem being built right above our heads. Okay, moving on to Section 2. Let's talk about engineering the physical world where Jeff Bezos enters the chat. This sheer scale of physical infrastructure means AI is finally stepping off our computer screens and into the actual engineering of the physical world. Jeff Bezos just came out of retirement to launch a startup called Prometheus. And guys, they aren't building just another chatbot. They are building what they call an artificial general engineer. It's trained on real physics simulations and engineering data to radically accelerate product prototyping before anything ever hits an assembly line. The stated goal? Compress what used to take 100 engineers 10 years down to 10 engineers in 1 year. That is an absolute obliteration of traditional physical workflow timelines. It's wild. But this creates a really profound paradox when it comes to corporate labor. On one hand, Bezos' vision is that these massive efficiencies will solve labor scarcity and raise living standards. But we've got to look at the reality check on the ground. Amazon recently laid off 30,000 employees while leaning heavily into automation. It's a massive tension. Every single corporate leader is going to have to navigate this as these physical AI tools scale up. Which brings us to Section 3, automating data and research. Or, as I like to call it, the absolute end of manual analysis. So as we zoom from that macro level down into the micro, daily tasks for knowledge workers are getting completely overhauled. For instance, ChatGPT has essentially brought interactive data visualization to 900 million pockets. Instead of spending hours or even days learning complex corporate tools like Tableau or Power BI, you simply type a normal sentence. You ask for the top countries by GDP, and boom, you instantly get a clean, clickable, interactive bar chart. And what's so brilliant is how absolutely frictionless this whole process has become. You can effortlessly follow up on that exact same prompt and just say, hey, give me a donut chart breaking down the energy sources for those specific markets. It generates instantly, complete with hoverable data slices. It just completely eliminates that old, tedious workflow of manually pulling numbers and formatting corporate reports by hand. And hey, it's not just OpenAI pulling this off. Google's Notebook LM has evolved from a basic text reader into a fully agentic researcher. This thing can autonomously find its own sources on the web, draw complex contextual diagrams to explain them, and then execute direct exports into an Excel sheet. You don't have to lift a single finger to format a cell. It does the heavy lifting for you. All right, Section 4, turbocharging creative workflows and removing friction from design.
If you think spreadsheets are changing, the traditional roadblocks in design and development are being absolutely obliterated by new integrations. Take wireframing, for example. Under the old way, if a designer wanted to use a live website as inspiration, they had to manually rebuild the layout piece by piece. Well, not anymore. With Figma's new extension, you use one click to capture a live website and copy it directly into Figma as fully editable components. You want to swap text, move images, or change colors? You got it. It literally turns hours of manual wireframing into seconds. And for those of us who need to absorb really complex corporate research, the old way of using AI usually meant skimming a giant, overwhelming wall of generated text. Well, Claude just integrated with HeyGen hyperframes. Now, right inside the chat, you can click a button and have the AI instantly turn that massive text answer into a dynamic, highly engaging explainer video. Zero video editing skills required, zero coding. It's like having the production studio inside your chat box. Honestly, workflow friction is just vanishing everywhere you look. Canva now generates editable designs seamlessly inside ChatGPT. For the developers out there, Replic's new skills feature permanently memorizes your brand guidelines and coding preferences across all your projects, so you never have to repeat yourself. OpenAI's Codex optimized its annoying token limits, letting you save your tokens for when you actually hit a real roadblock. Plus, Hermes, that free AI agent, can now run fully automated daily jobs, like building your morning brief, based on 14 ready-to-go blueprints. Moving right along to Section 5, Smart Assistants Take Action. We're going from answering machines to actual doers. We are witnessing an absolutely critical shift right now. Personal AI is moving from just answering random trivia to proactively executing tasks across your apps. Apple has completely rebuilt Siri, powered by a mix of their own foundation models and a massive billion-dollar-a-year integration with Google's Gemini. Siri now has deep screen awareness. It literally sees what's on your screen. In a recent demo, it dug a friend's new address out of a month-old text message and automatically built a route to it on Google Maps. Add in the new on-device spatial reframing in Apple Photos, and your phone isn't just a passive tool anymore. It's an active assistant doing your busy work. Concurrently, Google's Gemini 3.5 Live Translate is absolutely destroying communication bottlenecks for global corporate teams. This thing provides real-time, two-way conversational translations in over 70 languages. But here's the real magic. It doesn't sound like a flat robotic voice. It actually keeps the exact vocal intonation, the pacing, and the pitch of the human speaker. Just imagine what this does for international corporate meetings on Google Meet when language barriers simply evaporate in real time. Which brings us to our final part today, Section 6, the future of work and the local desktop agent swarm. Everything we've talked about today really scales up to this exact moment. A Chinese company called Moonshot AI just launched Kimi Work. This is a local AI desktop tool that can run up to 300 sub-agents in parallel right on your local machine. And because it runs locally, your sensitive corporate files and data never have to leave your laptop to hit some external server. It keeps everything entirely private while delivering unbelievable computing power directly to your desk. So here's how that swarm actually operates in practice. With a single detailed prompt, KimiWork uses its web bridge to browse live data from places like Yahoo Finance and the World Bank. It then deploys those parallel agents to independently cross-check the facts and model the predictions. Finally, it pulls all of that synthesis together to autonomously generate a polished, boardroom-ready PowerPoint presentation, right alongside a fully interactive web dashboard. All of that from one click. Let's be very clear about what we are looking at here. The old workflow required coordinating an entire finance team, a research team, and design team over weeks. The new workflow is literally just running the Kimi K 2.7 code model locally on your laptop. Because it uses 30% fewer reasoning tokens and runs 6 times faster, it doesn't just assist your team. It effectively acts as a highly capable AI swarm that replaces the friction of that entire coordination process. Which leaves us with this final, vital question to ponder today. When your AI desktop tool can securely deploy 300 autonomous agents to do a week's worth of corporate research in seconds, what exactly is your new job description? As these tools move from doing discrete, tiny tasks to managing massive end-to-end workflows, your value is no longer in doing the manual work. It's in how brilliantly you can direct the swarm. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time as we keep tracking this incredible revolution.